everyone. I hope everyone had a good weekend and you're doing all right. I just wanted to show you the monthly pivots for our currency pairs. So gold, we are a sell at the high level. Your monthly pivot 1780. All right, so you'd want it below that in order for to be a good short. Then you could just have that as your stop loss. So it could be a very nice tight stop, and you could let it run to the SLC below, which is $10. So you could have a good 5-hour trade there potentially. $2 stop, $10 reward. So there's potential. It's a good chance to capture a move before it gets completely crazy for FOMC. And we've got a very busy week ahead of us, so it might be a good time to try and catch some pips before it gets like a roller coaster. And I think the FOMC is going to be dollar positive, and I'll show you why. So we'll start at the Euro USD. Well, not start because we started with gold, but there's that big, the big decline that we had. But what we're seeing is that they're trying to buy the dip. So we zoom in a little bit. There we go. All right. So they shorted it, and then they're going long. Right about here, they crossed the 50% line there. So I think what's happening now, that it's fallen, and they think, oh, it's going to carry on. It will continue to rally. But what they don't realize that we're below monthly pivot 115.93. Okay, SLC above is 115.65. One below is 115.30. We are still at the high level, fairly strong on the moving average on the H4. But what's happening here is that they're trying to buy the dip, so that's good if we're short, right? And you do want it below the monthly pivot. GU. So this is looking good. Want it below monthly pivot ideally, but if you were short, I think I put something out like I was bearish. I think there was a trend line, wasn't there? I put it on the technical channel, something like this. Just this very simple trend line. I got in at a good price. I got in a lot higher, but then I think I got stopped out. It got near to my break even, but then I re-entered. So you can see how you can just make a very, very simple trend line and you just sell. You can have your stop there, for example. So SLC above 136.72, check your signal. One below is at 136.53. This is going to come down, and on Thursday we're going to rally, okay? Because on Thursday we've got the BOE interest rate decision, and that's going to be pretty hawkish, right? So I expect to see a lot of downside, and then it's going to rally, and it could possibly ignore the sentiment. So you do probably want to wrap up a little bit before Thursday, Friday, and we've got the casino effect as well, which where we see the herd get paid, because they have to get paid in order to come back to the casino. So Thursday, Friday, even though it might be a sell on the sentiment, it could just go up anyway because the fundamentals are in. So good pips if you're in, very good pips if you caught that. Yeah, it's nearly 100 pips. AJ, hopefully it loads quick. It's fairly sideways, isn't it? Chopping and consolidating. 86 and 85. So they're not imaginative at all with their stop loss cluster placement. So we could potentially get that. We've got some supply up here. Could easily get that, and then come down and get this. The stop loss cluster below is small of the two, so it could navigate to this one, and then we go down and get that. The moving average trend is strong. US 500, we don't normally cover this, 4612, so we are very bullish, but yet the dollar is strengthening, so there is something amiss, so this could be falling potentially. Dixie, there's that move, it's the inverse Euro USD, check your moving average trend, and we're above this supply is resistance, well it was resistance and now support, and we're going to probably bounce on this support now. So keep an eye on the Euro USD. You know the levels because I put them in the channel. AU, I won't do all of these because it'd be too much. It'd be a too long video. This is the largest stop loss cluster for ages, and we're so close. We're 6 pips away now, so hopefully that gets triggered and it continues because it's just getting a bit stagnant. We are a buy, so it would be slightly mean to get the stop loss cluster, but it is very old now and it probably needs to get cleaned out. One above is 75.60. The signal was saying to sell. Dollar Swiss. I don't know if anyone trades this one. I think a couple of you might. Monthly pivots here, right? 92. SLC below is 19.95 dollar yen, and I'll probably stop at Kiwi. That's where I'll stop. Dollar yen is on a big move. There's some support here, which we can see from the lows. Those candle wicks, created buying pressure, and so we did rally off that support. 114.40, 113.20 buy, and we're buy. So there's a match. Okay, dollar CAD. A few of you are trading this or were trading this last week. SSC is 122.76 and 124.10. We are a sell, so we really shouldn't be coming up, but there could be a case for a stronger dollar, especially we go into FOMC. Euro yen quickly. I'll skip Euro CAD. 133.47 and 131.51. We are a buy. Saying to wait. Skip this one. We look at the Euro Oz because it's a good risk on, risk off proxy. So this fall in is actually risk on. So this should be correlating to S&P, which it is. I showed you S&P is going up. However, if this comes up, it could lead the way and tell us a little bit about some bearishness with the indices. So it's looking like it's under a lot of pressure. The SLC below 153.45, 155.25. We are a massive sell, but we have to be careful at the extremes because what's happening is like a liquidation event, and that's probably the last of the stops. So it might trigger those stops, and there isn't anyone else to punish, and there's no more liquidity to grab. So if they want to satisfy, the slippage in order to create the reverse side of the trade, for example, when the retail guys go one way, there has to be someone else to take the other side of the trade. So when 1 million people buy, someone else has to take 1 million sells, right? So there has to be someone to take the other side of the transaction. If there isn't anything to be taken in liquidity, then that could be the bottom, all right? So we're very extreme. This is why we've got to be careful. Monthly pivot is 156.10, so quite far away. And keep an eye on that round number maybe as well. And I'll skip those three. I don't know if anyone's trading those, and then we'll do Kiwi last, and then we'll wrap up. Hopefully it's not too long a video. SLC above for NU 72.21 and 71.25. We are a buy, and they sold it there, as you can see. Signal saying to wait, and monthly pivots there. So don't sell it until we're below. All right, so that's where you want to trade off of, because that could be your stop loss. You get a nice, tight risk. You can get a big reward. You could potentially target to MS1 with a very tight stop, and then you can get like a 10R, 15R trade. So that's your target if we're below monthly pivot. Because we're above monthly pivot, we target MR1. So see how we go. We are a buy at the high level, and they sold it on the dynamic as well. So interesting week, lots of risk events. Just trade safely, and remember what I was saying about the low risk, big reward, and then you do okay in the long run as well. And also on Thursday, a lot of you messaged me to say, you encountered losses, but the thing is to remember is that you don't have to trade every single day, and you do have to remember as we close the week, it becomes very volatile and choppy, and we did come into the end of the month as well. So we had a lot of things going on, especially with the ECB, Biden's package, stimulus bill, whatever it was, infrastructure spending is going ahead. It's just a lot of things culminated into one, and it created a few losses here and there. So the key is to know when to sit on your hands and when to trade, and that's the key to success. So what I try and do, I'm trading Asia, so I've been awake all night and I've been looking at the markets as we go into London. That's just been quite good for me, and just get a sort of bird's eye view of what's going on. So I'm currently short gold USD below the monthly pivot. So we're close, and I'm going to wait for a candle below, and then we'll have that as my stop loss. So that's my trade idea for today. I'll wrap up now, and I'll speak to you guys at some point over the week.